Have you ever felt those pre-adventure jitters? That weird mix of confusion and like nervous excitement before stepping into something totally new, something that feels both kind of ridiculous and extraordinary at the same time?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What if those nerves aren't just, normal, but maybe they're actually a sign, like a secret signal that you're exactly where you belong, right on the edge of an amazing Dungeons and Dragons journey?
That's a really interesting way to think about it. It flips the script on anxiety, doesn't it?
It really does. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Our mission here, it isn't about becoming a D&D expert overnight. It's not about perfectly memorizing rule books or nailing every single tactical move in your first session.
No, not at all.
It's really about embracing presence, finding those genuine smiles, those little moments of surprise, and truly understanding that in this game, every single misstep, every fumbled roll, every awkward pause, it just folds right into the story beautifully.
It becomes part of your story, the table story.
Exactly. So we're here to guide you through that very first D&D experience. We're keeping things mellow, insightful, and hopefully really encouraging. We want you to relax and discover how to make it enjoyable, memorable, no matter if you've never touched a funny-shaped die before.
It's so true, and what's often remarkable, I find, is how those initial feelings, that apprehension, it often really does serve as a kind of prelude to genuine excitement and deep connection later on. D&D, at its heart, it's a game where imagination really does wear the crown. It's not about rigidly following complex rules that feel like you're taking a test.
Right. It shouldn't feel like homework.
Not at all. It's more about the supportive structure those rules provide. Think of them less like shackles binding your creativity and more like scaffolding for a dream.
Ooh, like that. Scaffolding for a dream.
Yeah. They give you just enough framework to build something truly incredible, something maybe way taller and more elaborate than you could imagine without them. But they never, ever dictate the ultimate height or the wild, fantastical shape of your creativity. The dice might clatter out answers that surprise everyone.
They usually do.
Yeah, they often do. But ultimately, it's your words, your choices that truly shape the vibrant world you're playing in.
I couldn't agree more. It's this beautifully messy, brilliantly organic process. You and your friends really do get to, conspire together to tell a story that none of you individually could ever invent on your own.
Yeah, it's emergent.
It's an incredibly shared narrative. It's almost like everyone at the table is simultaneously the narrator, the main character, and the audience all wrapped up together.
That's a perfect description.
And while the dungeon master, the DM, is absolutely your guide, the one painting the world with descriptions, telling you what's happening, your character's fate, it really unfolds in that fascinating space, that slipstream between pure luck, like the roll of a die, and your own decisions, your actions.
Absolutely. It's that interplay, the luck and the decision.
It's this incredible dance between chance and choice, and it makes every moment feel so alive, so full of potential.
That really makes me think about expectations, though. For new players, there's often this kind of unspoken pressure, isn't there? What should you actually expect when you first sit down at that table?
Yeah, what's realistic?
Well, it's genuinely comforting to know, I think, that even the most seasoned players, and especially the DM, they're usually keenly aware of a new player's unease. They often keep a sort of gentle ear tuned, ready to offer a subtle tip or maybe a lifeline if you get little tangles in the rules or just freeze up.
Which happens.
Oh, it absolutely happens. They remember their own first sessions, those trembling hands, the awkward fumbled dice rolls, the modifiers they kept forgetting.
Forgetting where your attack bonus is.
Yeah, exactly. And the nervous laughter, we've all been there.
Yeah.
So your questions, your fresh guesses, even your wonderfully weird ideas that maybe seem off the wall, they're not just tolerated, they're truly welcome, they're celebrated. Often.
They keep it interesting.
They keep the game vibrant, dynamic, alive.
Yeah.
Even when they steer the story in completely unexpected directions that nobody, not even the DM, saw coming.
So what does this all boil down to for you, the first-time player stepping into this? Your main focus in that initial session?
Yeah.
It's not perfection. It's not getting every single rule exactly right.
Definitely not.
It's about presence, just being there, allowing that initial awkwardness to just breathe within that friendly circle of new faces, maybe some cool painted miniatures on the table.
Let it be awkward for a bit. It's okay.
This first night, above all else, is truly for smiles, for those little surprises, and for catching those very first glimmers of a unique story that only your specific group can tell together. So forget trying to get it perfectly right.
Please do.
Instead, embrace the chaos a little. Get it weird, get it fun. You'll find that all that wonderful, unexpected stuff just knits you right into the table's private mythology. You create those shared memories you'll be laughing about for years.
When we connect this to the bigger picture, D&D really thrives on connection, much, much more than it thrives on mastery. Think about it this way.
Okay.
A player who meticulously optimizes their character and maxes out the damage, they might be incredibly effective in combat, and that's definitely valuable.
Yeah.
But it's often the player who tells the hilarious joke mid-dungeon crawl, or who genuinely listens and reacts to another character's backstory, or who cheers the loudest when someone else rolls that critical hit. That's the player everyone remembers.
Yeah.
That's the player everyone deeply wants at their table, session after session.
Yeah, the one who makes it fun for everyone, not just themselves.
Exactly. Every laugh you share, every risk you take together, the camaraderie that builds as you face down, grumpy troll, even the small, inevitable disasters that happen.
Like accidentally setting the tavern on fire.
Huh. Yes. Exactly like that. They all become part of your shared story, your collective history. Every session turns into this lesson in trust, a fantastic lesson in invention, and a powerful discovery of delight in those often overlooked gaps between what you already know and what you're all imagining together.
That's beautifully put.
This makes me wonder then, for you, the listener tuning in right now, what specific element of that shared storytelling are you most curious to explore? As you think about maybe dipping your toes into your first D&D game, is it the collaboration itself, the improvisation, or maybe something else entirely that sparks your curiosity?
That's definitely something to chew on. For me, I think it was that collaborative narrative part that really pulled me in initially. But thinking about how to actually do that at the table, well, that brings us right into the practical side of things, doesn't it?
It does. Let's get into the nuts and bolts a bit.
Let's get into understanding the basics, because stepping into D&D really isn't as daunting as it might seem from the outside. Think of your first session as a kind of controlled explosion of creativity.
I like that metaphor too.
It's got just enough structure, like the walls of a fantastic sandbox, right, to keep things from going completely off the rails. It stops you from getting burned by too much chaos, but it encourages inspired play. And in this imaginative world, characters emerge from every corner of fantasy. You've got your sturdy, often stoic dwarves, with their axes and broad shoulders, always ready for a fight or a good ale.
A sassic word.
Then there are the surprisingly nimble, slippery halflings, quick-witted, often underestimated. You'll find elegant elves, ancient secrets behind their eyes, maybe deeply connected to nature.
Very graceful, usually.
And of course, humans, ordinary humans who can be just as wonderfully odd or brave or quirky as any of the fantastical races. They offer incredible versatility.
And each player then chooses a class, which really defines their core abilities, their role in the adventuring party, and kind of how they interact with the world as its challenges. A rogue, for instance, walks softly, daggers ready, prefers stealth, cunning, maybe precise strikes from the shadows. A wizard, on the other hand, flings powerful, intricate spells, bending reality with arcane words and gestures, usually from a safe distance.
A glass cannon.
Often, yeah. And a cleric, dedicated to some deity, invokes divine power. They could heal allies from terrible wounds or smite foes with righteous fury. What's fascinating is that each of these choices subtly shifts your approach to the game. It gives you a distinct lens through which you experience the whole adventure.
And you find all the essential rules for these choices, like your character's background, their spells, their skills, laid out on your character sheet.
Exactly. That sheet serves as your roadmap, your avatar skills, quirks, all the details, distilling this whole alter ego down to a manageable set of numbers and notes.
The character sheet. It's really your personal guide to your hero. You'll see those core statistics like strength, how strong they are, how hard they hit, dexterity, agility, reflexes, finesse, constitution, toughness, endurance, health.
Your hit points often depend heavily on that one.
Very true. Then, intelligence, smarts, knowledge, problem solving, wisdom, perception, intuition, common sense, and charisma, force of personality, charm, influence.
The talking stat, often.
Right. Each of these ability scores paints a clear picture of what your character might be good at or maybe struggle with, whether they're in a tavern brawl or negotiating with a wary merchant or trying to remember some ancient lore.
And then there are the dice.
Can't forget the dice.
The iconic multi-sided dice. They range from the little d4, the four-sided pyramid one.
A caltrop.
Yes, the floor caltron, all the way up to the crucial d20. That 20-sided die is your primary tool for almost everything. It determines if your sword swing hits, if your persuasion works, if you dodge that falling rock.
A decider of fate.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Every single roll echoes both chance and your character's own abilities and choices. Every number becomes this thrilling heartbeat in the unfolding narrative.
So when we connect this to how a session actually flows,
Yeah.
a typical D&D game kind of smoothly toggles between players hamming it up in character, really embodying their roles. Doing the voices, maybe.
Yeah, doing the voices or just describing their actions vividly, and then rolling dice as the dungeon master paints the world around you with descriptions. Like, sometimes the whole table goes quiet as someone's character delivers this really poignant monologue in a dark dungeon.
Yeah, those moments are golden.
Other times, the DM might boom out the roar of a dragon, describe the glitter of a treasure hoard, or meticulously calculate, the arc of a thrown spear. While there are these rules humming underneath, your main job, especially first time out,
Yes.
just react. React authentically to the situations, explore the world the DM presents, and just allow yourself to be swept along by the story as it unfolds.
That brings up a super important point about preparation. My advice, and I say this as someone who definitely over-prepared the first time.
Me too. Binder full of notes.
Yes. Resist the urge to cram the entire rulebook. Don't scour endless online forums until your eyes glaze over. Instead, just let yourself be curious. Be open.
Maybe read a little bit about your chosen class or race, if you want. Perhaps jot down a very short, simple background to help anchor your roleplay. Just a few key words about what they want or care about.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Then just wait for the table to shape you. Wait for the story to reveal itself, and for your character to truly come alive in collaboration with your friends. The prep is really there just to boost your curiosity, give you a comfortable starting point. It's not meant to stifle spontaneity or weigh you down.
Yeah, it's not a test you need to ace beforehand.
Exactly. This game's foundation is built on enthusiastic participation, on shared discovery, not on rigid perfection.
Okay, so if you're wondering what you should actually bring to the table, your checklist for a successful first session isn't filled with rare magical items or obscure rulebooks.
No, definitely not. And what's often overlooked is that the most important things don't even make it onto a typical packing list.
Right, so what is on the practical list?
First, you'll definitely want your character sheet. Whether it's printed out so you can scribble on it, or digital on a phone or tablet, keep your spells, secrets, abilities close at hand.
Essential.
A pencil and eraser, maybe even two. Essential for tracking hit points, jotting down goblin names, key NPCs, whatever.
Always need an eraser.
Dice. If you have your own, they feel like these tiny personal talismans of fate. But if you don't, no big deal.
Yeah.
Plenty of free dice apps, or your DM will almost certainly have spares you can borrow.
Yeah, DMs usually have a hoard.
They do. Also, bring a notepad or sticky notes for those fleeting reminders, place names, clues, quest hooks,
Well,
a water bottle, or your preferred drink. Good idea to stay hydrated. Sessions can last a few hours.
definitely.
And if you bring a snack, and this is crucial, make sure it's quiet.
Ah, yes, the snack etiquette.
Non-greasy, non-crunchy, and please, non-smelly. Nobody wants Cheeto dust on their character sheet, or the overpowering scent of garlic bread in the middle of a stealth mission.
Oh, the silent snack rule is absolutely paramount. I learned that the hard way. I think I brought a bag of super crunchy chips once.
Oh no!
Yeah, spent half the game trying to quietly uncrinkle the bag without interrupting. Total fail. My DM, bless them, just gave me this knowing smile, slid me a bowl of pretzels, and it was like, okay, acceptance, community.
That's a fantastic anecdote, and it perfectly illustrates the welcoming nature of the game. Those small moments, shared laughter over a botched roll, realizing the person across the table is just as nervous as you are. Those are the real preparations.
Yeah.
The only true prep you need is being ready to improvise, maybe fail spectacularly, or just gracefully let someone else have the spotlight. It's about being present and flexible.
So thinking about that list, for you, the listener, what small practical tip from that list maybe makes you feel most prepared? Is it the quiet snack rule? Knowing you don't need dice, just something to think about.
Yeah, what resonates?
For me, it's knowing I can just ask questions. Takes so much pressure off. Okay, let's talk character creation. This is an area where D&D can initially feel like this. Bewildering labyrinth of choices for beginners.
Oh, absolutely. Option paralysis is real.
Totally. You might flip through pages, totally entranced by the idea of building, I don't know, a half-dragon ninja bard who hurls lightning bolts and seduces nobles with a lute solo.
Haha, we've all dreamed it.
But then you just collapse under the weight of a backstory longer than War and Peace, filled with ancient prophecies and forgotten uncles. The joy of possibility can so easily drift into just overwhelm.
It really can. And complex multi-class builds combining abilities from different classes or using obscure homebrew classes found online. While they're alluring for experienced players, they can be real traps for a beginner. They can mire you in rules quicksand that just saps the fun.
Right. Keep it simple, stupid. The KISS principle.
Exactly. Your first session will come alive so much quicker, be far more enjoyable if you just stick to a single class and a single race for your first character. Trust us on this one.
What's often overlooked too, I think, is how often new players write these epic backstories spanning decades, packed with prophecies, lost mentors, rival lovers.
The tragic orphan trope is strong.
It is. And while that depth is wonderful later on, the true beauty of D&D doesn't emerge from a tangled family tree on paper. It emerges watching your character's personality bloom organically at the table as you play.
Right. A simple motivation, revenge, glory, curiosity gives you ample room to react authentically to the other characters and the world the DM unveils. Don't spend hours crunching numbers, optimizing stats for maximum power. Focus on the traits and quirks that genuinely spark your imagination. What makes you excited to play this character?
You know, that whole concept of min-maxing, gaming the system for the highest numbers, it rarely works out as perfectly as planned in D&D anyway.
The dice gods laughed at spreadsheets.
They really do. The game is just too unpredictable. A wizard with the perfect spell list might spend an hour in jail because they totally botched a simple persuasion roll.
Happens all the time.
Meanwhile, a fighter with seemingly suboptimal stats might deliver the night's absolute best one-liner, stealing the show with unexpected humor or bravery. If you worry less about optimization and more about having a blast, being present, reacting genuinely, your table will want to adventure with you again. Fun and personality trump perfect numbers, hands down.
That really highlights why these pitfalls happen. Players try to master everything at once. Beginners actually thrive on flexibility, on shared laughter, on accepting a little chaos as part of the fun. It is perfectly okay to start simple. To mess up, learn from it, let your character grow organically session by session. Don't try to perfectly craft them from day one.
So let's break down some classic pitfalls and, importantly, the solutions.
Okay, pitfall 1, complex multi-class builds, trying to juggle 2 or more classes right away.
The solution.
Start with just one class. It simplifies choices, lets you get comfy with core abilities, prevents overwhelm. You can always multi-class later.
Makes sense. Pitfall 2.
Writing that intricate backstory novel. Stick to a paragraph. Or even just bullet points. Character blooms at the table through simple motivations. Revenge, glory, curiosity. Let the story unfold during play.
Good advice. What else?
Making unsynergistic choices between race and class. Like, a gnome barbarian might be funny, but maybe not the most mechanically smooth start.
So the fixes.
Check for natural synergies. Elves often make good rangers or wizards. Dwarves make sturdy fighters. Use the game's built-in hints.
Which ties into the next one, maybe ignoring racial bonuses to ability scores.
Exactly. It's a missed opportunity. The solution. Use them to guide your class choice. Those bonuses often point you towards classes your character will naturally excel at. Makes things feel more effective early on.
Okay, so we talked about chasing high stats or min-maxing at the expense of personality. The solution there is just don't. Focus on fun, right?
Pretty much. Embrace flaws. They make characters memorable and relatable. D&D is unpredictable. Optimization often yields less fun than just having a blast.
What about picking spells or abilities without really knowing what they do, just based on a cool name?
Big pitfall. Solution. Read the descriptions. Seriously, take 2 minutes. It pays off hugely in knowing how to contribute effectively.
And wanting all the coolest gear right at level 1, like plate armor and a magic sword.
Yeah, that's maxing out cool gear that's not available or affordable yet. Solution. Let upgrades happen naturally in play. Finding treasure and buying better gear is part of the fun of adventuring.
Okay, and this one seems obvious, but probably happens. Picking weapons or armor your character can't actually use because they aren't proficient.
Happens more than you'd think. Solution. Check your proficiencies. It's right there on the sheet. Saves awkward moments later when the DM says, you can hold that great sword, but you can't really fight with it effectively.
Your DM will thank you for checking that beforehand.
Absolutely. And beyond that, always ask your DM what starting equipment is allowed. House rules vary. Saves confusion.
Right. And instead of defaulting to the tragic orphan backstory.
Which is, let's be honest, very popular.
Try something lighter, maybe. For balance. A character with a supportive family or a clear, simple goal. it can be just as engaging.
Definitely offers different role-playing hooks. Also, don't focus only on combat abilities. Remember to flesh out social or exploration skills. D&D isn't just fighting monsters. You need someone who could talk to people, spot traps, navigate.
Makes the character more well-rounded.
Exactly. And don't skip alignment or personality traits. Use them. They provide valuable guidance for roleplay, help you stay consistent. Alignment, lawful good, chaotic neutral, etc. is your moral compass.
Traits are specific quirks.
Like always protects the innocent or suspicious of magic.
Perfect examples. And finally, crucially, don't hesitate to ask for advice. DM, experienced players, speak up if you're unsure. Better than struggling silently. And please, double-check the basics like armor class AC and hit points, HP. Know how hard you are to hit and how much damage you can take. Vital for survival. That's really fantastic, comprehensive advice for navigating that first character build. So considering all of that, for you, the listener, what's one simple character trait or motivation that maybe jumps out at you? Something intriguing to start with for your first hero. Just one small spark to get the imagination going.
Yeah, what feels fun?
Okay, let's tackle role-playing. Because I know this is often where those pre-adventure jitters really kick in for new players. There's this image, right, that you need to be some kind of theatrical powerhouse.
Put on a costume, do a perfect accent.
Exactly.
Whoa.
But here's the secret. Stepping into a character. It absolutely does not require a British accent, a booming voice, or a drama degree.
Thank goodness.
The true magic in D&D roleplay. It happens in the quiet, authentic little moments. It's when you make a choice for your character, not because it's the perfect tactical move, but because it genuinely fits their fears, their ambitions, maybe even their simmering grudges.
But the why?
It is. There's incredible power in just speaking plainly. Simply describing what your character wants or feels, and then letting the dialogue organically spin forward from there. You don't need to perform, you just need to inhabit.
What's truly insightful here, I think, is how natural awkwardness isn't just acceptable, it actually becomes a cherished part of the experience. Those awkward pauses, stammered lines, bursts of laughter when you try to deliver a line and it just comes out wrong.
Happens all the time.
They all stitch together the night's narrative. They become part of the shared memory. If you freeze up or stumble, which happens to everyone, seriously, everyone, don't be afraid to just break character for a second. Ask for help. Admit you're nervous.
It's okay to do that.
Totally okay. Every table worth playing with has someone who's happy to gently nudge you back on track, offer a prompt, fill that silent gap. The joy comes not from a seamless performance, but from those honest flashes of invention, those genuine reactions as you all discover the story together at your own pace.
That's such an important point. Role-playing skill, just like anything else, it grows with every roll, every failed persuasion check that leads to a funny consequence, every joke that lands perfectly, or completely bombs.
Oh, the bombs are sometimes the funniest.
They often are. The table's energy literally shifts as players drop their pretenses and start leaning into their character's flaws, their quirks, maybe their stubborn decisions. Simple motivations, wanting gold, seeking revenge, finding belonging, those are powerful anchors when the plot twists or the spotlight unexpectedly swings your way.
Keep it simple.
Your first foray into roleplay might sound a lot like, well, you. And honestly, that is perfectly fine. Over time, you'll naturally find yourself slipping into phrases, mannerisms, maybe developing deeper backstories without even trying. For now, the bravest, most rewarding choice is simply to try. Risk that little bit of embarrassment, see what your character does when the chips are down.
This makes me think about practical starting points, though. What are some simple ways to begin role-playing without feeling totally overwhelmed or like you need to be Sir Ian McKellen?
Right, like little handholds.
Exactly. We've gathered some easy role-play prompts and goals that can really help anchor your character, give you a place to start. For instance, maybe your character longs to prove themselves. That informs their actions, makes them eager for quests, quick to volunteer.
Okay, I can see that.
Or maybe they answer every question with another question. A simple conversational quirk leads to funny exchanges. Or perhaps they distrust strangers until given a reason to trust. That directly affects how they interact with NPCs, new party members.
Creates instant tension, potentially.
Or the opposite. Maybe they always volunteer for dangerous tasks, shows bravery, or maybe recklessness. Dives headfirst into peril.
You could have a character who keeps talking about their hometown, constantly bringing up anecdotes, longing for home, creates connection to their past, a sense of longing.
Adds flavor.
Maybe they never back down from a challenge, no matter how daunting. Shows stubbornness or courage, makes them formidable. Perhaps your character tries to solve every problem with gold, which could lead to hilarious and disastrous outcomes, trying to bribe goblins or buy their way out of a curse.
Probably funny when that fails.
Or they see the best in others, even monsters. Creates interesting moral dilemmas, unexpected alliances. Another fun one. A character who collects odd trinkets from every adventure. A quirky hobby provides opportunities for unique discoveries, funny inventory chats.
What's that moldy sock for?
Exactly. Or maybe they're simply motivated by finding a missing person. Gives them a clear, relatable goal right from the start, can drive the whole campaign.
That's a great array of starting points. Truly something for everyone. You could also have a character who never turns down a dare. Always pushing boundaries, leading to unexpected hijinks.
Oh, that sounds dangerous and fun.
Or one who says please and thank you, even to enemies. Surprisingly disarming. Adds unexpected politeness to danger. Perhaps they speak about themselves in the third person. Gorath thinks this is a bad idea. An immediate, memorable trait.
Stands out.
Or they tell tall tales about heroic deeds, true or wildly exaggerated. Adds humor or grandiosity. A character who avoids eye contact with anyone in authority, hints at past trauma, rebellion, adds mystery. And sometimes, a character secretly fears magic, despite being surrounded by it. Creates interesting internal conflict, maybe comedic moments when spells fly.
Or you might have a favorite phrase or saying they use too often. Becomes a running gag and endearing deck. Buy my beard every 5 minutes.
Yes. They could always take notes on tavern rumors, becoming the party's unofficial intel gatherer. Maybe they pride themselves on their cooking, leading to shared meals, bonding during downtime, cozy moments.
Adds realism.
Or they simply jump at any mention of treasure. Makes motivations clear, often leads the party into tempting, dangerous situations. So for you, the listener, which of these simple prompts might spark your imagination? Just pick one that feels right to start with, one that resonates.
All right, let's talk combat. Another area that can look incredibly intimidating, like a complicated clockwork, right? Gears, shifting hands, all moving at once.
It can definitely seem that way.
But here's the truth. The sequence actually unspools one logical step at a time. It's more manageable than it looks. When a battle starts, everyone players. Monsters, rolls for initiative, that just determines the turn order. Who acts when? Simple enough.
Okay, initiative sets the order.
Once your turn arrives, the decision splits into a few clear options. You typically get one main action, swing a sword, cast a spell, maybe dash towards the fight. You also get one movement, close a gap, duck for cover, and sometimes, depending on your class, a bonus action for a quick extra maneuver. Maybe even a reaction you can use once per round, usually on someone else's turn, responding to a trigger.
So action, movement, maybe a bonus action or reaction.
Got it. What's genuinely encouraging here is how that complex-looking process simplifies so much on your individual turn. You take a breath, scan your options on your sheet. Attacking, describe the swing, roll the d20, hope to hit their armor class, their AC.
Cross your fingers.
Casting a spell. Read what it does, ask the DM about the target, let them guide the timing, maybe check if the target needs to make a saving throw, unsure about an item or how far you can move. Just ask, can I reach that goblin if I move 30 feet?
Asking is key. Don't just guess.
Asking questions like this isn't just tolerated, it's actively encouraged. Keeps you in the rhythm without bogging things down, shows you're engaged.
Right. And visualizing helps too.
Totally. To really help visualize a combat round. Picture it. The barbarian roars, barrels into the chieftain. The wizard peppers the enemy crowd with fire streaks, lighting up the battlefield. And then, it's your turn. You decide. Duck behind that barrel for cover. Fire your bow at the orc, charging your friend.
Make sense? Each person takes their turn, does their thing.
Each choice narrows down to an action. Movement, maybe that bonus action or reaction. Then the spotlight slides away until your turn cycles back. Combat, even with rules looming, truly lives in the little details you add. A shouted warning, an impromptu swing, a sudden retreat.
Adds the narrative flair.
And if you tangle up the mechanics, forget a rule. Just let it slide, honestly. There's always another round, another chance. Everyone understands.
This brings us to a very practical question. What are the basic combat actions a beginner should know, and when might they choose them? Let's break some down.
Good idea. The basics.
Most straightforward. Attack. Strike with a weapon. Fists. You choose this when an enemy is close, in range, and fighting is needed. Simple.
The go-to for fighters, barbarians, rangers.
Often, yes. Then cast a spell. For characters with magic. Uses abilities, often consumes a spell slot for bigger effects. Choose this if you have magic and want to help allies, buffs, healing, or harm foes, damage control.
Wizards, clerics, sorcerers.
Exactly. You can also use an item. Drink a healing potion, throw alchemist's fire, activate a magic item. Good choice if you carry healing, have a gadget, need quick access to something.
Smart move when low on health.
Dodge. Focus entirely on avoiding attacks. Makes it harder for enemies to hit you. Smart if you're outnumbered, low health, need to stay alive to support the team. Just surviving is sometimes the best move.
Defensive tactic.
Disengage. Move away from an enemy without them getting a free hit, that opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Your escape route when surrounded, need to retreat safely or want to reposition without taking extra damage.
Get out of melee safely.
Dash. Double your movement for the turn. Cover lots of ground. Ideal when you need to get somewhere fast. Reach an enemy. Escape danger.
Gotta go fast.
Hide. Try to stay unseen, unheard. Makes you difficult to target. Common for rogues, stealthy characters looking for advantage or avoiding detection. Help. Fantastic support action. Give an ally advantage on their next ability check or attack roll to roll 2d20s, take the higher. Great way to support another player's plan, especially for crucial actions. Teamwork.
Boost your buddy.
Ready. Prepare an action to take when a specific trigger happens later. Allows you to react. I ready my arrow to fire if the goblin opens the door. Lets you react, not just act immediately.
Setting a trap, almost.
And finally, grapple.
Yeah.
Physically restrain a foe. Try to grab hold. Choose this to stop an enemy escaping. Pull them away from an ally. Control their movement.
Get your hands on them.
So, considering those options, imagine your character performing just one of these for the first time. What would it be? Bold attack, skillful hide, brave help.
That's a cool mental exercise, visualizing it. I think I'd probably go for a dash first time. Get into position or out of trouble. Now, beyond the mechanics of combat, let's talk reading the room and growing with your group. D&D tables can bloom into wonderful chaos if nobody learns when to listen, when to leap in.
It's a delicate dance.
You quickly learn to watch for subtle cues. Another player's raised hand wanting to speak. A natural lull in conversation. Some scenes demand quiet, a powerful soliloquy, a life or death party decision. Other times, everyone talks over each other, laughing, interjecting, and that's fine too, as long as everyone's having fun, feels heard.
What's truly insightful here is that recognizing when to lean in, when to graciously let someone else have their scene. It isn't just politeness. It genuinely shows you care about the overarching story, the collective experience, not just your character's moment.
Right, it's about the whole group.
Cheering when another player nails a speech, lands a joke, rolls a clutch critical hit, builds immense trust. Camaraderie fosters that feeling you're all in it together. If you sense confusion, the DM flipping notes, someone staring blankly at their sheet offer encouragement, a quiet reminder. But try to avoid interruptions that pull focus from the flow.
The beauty of D&D is that table etiquette actually evolves organically with each group. What feels chaotic in one campaign could be a synchronized symphony in another, once everyone learns the rhythm.
Very true. Each group finds its own groove.
The DM's table, more than the rulebook, really sets the tone, the unspoken rules. Questions in character, fantastic. Move the game along, deepen immersion. Heated arguments about rules mid-session.
Kills a mood.
Totally stalls momentum, sours the air, pulls everyone out. Teammates remember players who listen, share the spotlight, celebrate big moments together, just as much as they remember the dice-rolling heroes. Etiquette profoundly shapes the group's chemistry and fun.
This leads us to specifics. Some do's and don'ts for table etiquette for beginners. Guidelines for a smoother ride for everyone.
Let's hear them.
A major don't. Interrupt another player's roleplay. Let them have their moment. Listen actively.
Big one. Do.
A do. Ask the DM before casting wide or risky spells, especially area of effect ones. They might have unforeseen consequences you haven't thought of.
Good call. Don't.
Don't argue the rules while the story's moving. Quick clarification. Fine. Deep dives or debates. Save them for after or during a break. Keep the momentum.
That makes sense, do.
A definite do. Celebrate teammates' victories and great roles. Fosters positivity, support, makes everyone feel appreciated part of the team.
Another crucial don't. Eat loudly or speak with your mouth full. Small thing, but distracting. Dampens immersion. Respect the shared space.
The quiet snack rule again. Do.
Updo. Ask questions if lost or confused, but wait for a natural pause. Shows engagement and people appreciate you trying to understand.
Good timing is key. Don't.
Please don't take long personal phone calls at the table. Need to step away. Do it quietly. Keep it brief. Respect everyone's time and focus.
Right.
A helpful do, write notes, especially in character. Helps remember details, NPCs, places, hooks.
Yeah.
Deepens immersion.
Absolutely. Moving on. Don't quibble over minor mistakes mid-combat. Keep moving. Minor slips can be corrected quickly or laughed off.
Let it go. Do.
Do offer to help new players if you know a rule they're struggling with. Remember, being new. Guidance makes them feel welcome.
Pay it forward. Don't.
Don't hog the DM's attention every scene.
Yeah.
Share the spotlight. Let others shine.
Be generous. Do.
Do support quieter players in sharing ideas. Some need encouragement or an opening. Invite them in. Make space.
Exclusive. Don't.
A big don't. Take bad rolls or setbacks out on others. Dice are fickle. Setbacks happen. Maintain a positive attitude. Don't be a sore loser.
Right. And a final do.
A simple do that means a lot. Thank the DM at the end of the night. They put in a ton of work. Little appreciation goes a long way.
Absolutely essential. Okay, so after the session wraps up, dice settle, books collected, the adventure lingers, right? That first session feels like scattered images. The goblin ambush, the bard's accidental insult that saved the day, the spell gone awry that somehow worked.
Vivid moments.
I highly recommend capturing those highlights. Notebook, phone memo, jot down NPC names, places visited, plot hooks, questions that sparked your mind. And just as importantly, jot down every question nagging you about rules or mechanics.
What's truly fascinating here is how quickly those doubts disappear with clear communication.
Yeah.
What did that spell really do? Was inspiration a reward or a specific mechanic? Ask your DM. Ask a friendly veteran player. Clarify anything fuzzy.
Don't be afraid to ask seemingly dumb questions.
No, direct conversation cements understanding. Your DM would much rather answer now than watch you flounder next time. With each session, that initial wall of nerves crumbles. You see patterns, learn the DM style, catch on to group in-jokes. The journey from confusion to comfort is faster than you think.
This raises an important point. Mistakes are not failures. They are invaluable learning opportunities. No one, absolutely no one, escapes their first few sessions unscathed.
Truth.
Forgotten spells, missed bonus actions, whole rounds spent squinting at your sheet. Not failures, growing pains. Badges of honor for a new player. Even DMs trip over rules. Seasoned players smack their foreheads at blunders.
We all goof up. Constantly.
The best tables, the truly great ones, erupt in laughter when weird calls slip through or someone tries to persuade a dragon with a knock-knock joke. These are the moments that bond you.
What's truly insightful is how each mistake becomes a story, a lesson, or just levity that bonds the group. Owning your slip-ups, not hiding them, pulls you closer. Reminds everyone of their own shaky starts. Don't let embarrassment shut you down.
Let the dice mock you. Let the rules tumble.
Every time you bravely ask for help or smile through a blown save, you chip away at that wall between player and character. You belong. Perfection never brewed a better campaign. Chaos and misstep taste sweeter, make better stories. Roll with failure until it's just another fun part of the narrative.
And as you play more, you level up as a player, not just a character. Knowledge sneaks up on you. You develop a sharper nose for trouble, a deeper sense for your character, a keen eye for what makes the game tick.
How can you actively help that along?
Expand your skill set. Watching actual play streams gives insights into strategy, role-playing without pressure. Online forums, rule guides offer footholds into trickier mechanics. Ask your DM for reading suggestions, next steps. Sparks a cycle of improvement, deeper understanding.
This leads to, what exactly should you focus on practicing or learning as you continue? And how?
Okay, practical learning steps.
For spell mechanics, especially for casters, try simple spells first. Read their details. Don't just pick by cool name. Understand what it does.
Through your tool.
For basic combat tactics, don't feel pressured. Ask questions. Watch experienced players. Try simple stuff. Flanking, using cover, knowing when to retreat. Learn by doing, observing.
Small steps.
Role-playing emotion. Experiment. Emulate favorite characters. Exaggerate traits playfully. The table is a safe space for exploration. Have fun with it.
Try things out.
Inventory management. Keep a current organized list. Sort between games. Helps find that potion quickly. Helps with buying and selling during downtime. Less fumbling mid-session.
Yes, and for skill checks, use your skills whenever the DM offers a chance. Social exploration encounters. If the DM asks, perception check, or persuade the guard, volunteer. Try your luck. Get comfortable using those skills.
Practice makes perfect. Or at least better.
For condition effects, poisoned, stunned, etc., which can get complex. Write cheat sheets for common ones. Or just ask mid-combat. Wait, what does frightened mean again? Totally fine, especially during boss fights.
Better to ask than play it wrong.
Table etiquette. Comes with observation, slip up, apologize sincerely, builds trust. People remember how you handle mistakes more than the mistakes themselves.
Place matters.
Understanding action, economy action, bonus action, reaction comes with time. keep a simple note handy. Ask your DM during longer combats for clarification. Do I still have my bonus action?
And remember DM table rules or house rules. Every DM tweaks things. Listen during play, ask for reminders, shows respect for their style, any homebrew stuff.
Right. And finally, party roles. Foster teamwork. Fill gaps. Got a healer. Focus on healing. No one good at talking. Maybe your character steps up. Helps group balance. Creates interactive stories.
Makes the party more effective and cohesive. So, for you, the listener, can you recall a time, a mistake you made in any game, activity? Life actually turned into a funny anecdote later on. We all have them.
That's a great thought. I've certainly got a few. As we wrap up this deep dive, remember, no single session, not even the first, truly encapsulates the wild, boundless promise of D&D. Each table, each campaign swerves through its own weird, unique flavor. Inside jokes, epic moments.
Every game is different.
The absolute best moments break out when you just let go of the script. Improvise. React authentically. It's when the villain topples from a botched DM roll, or your careful plan veers hilariously off course because someone had a brilliant, terrible idea that somehow worked.
The unexpected triumphs.
Those spontaneous stories linger far longer than intricate stats or perfect victories.
What's truly foundational here is the bond you build with your party, your DM. Ask about campaign tone beforehand, plundering dungeons, political intrigue, slapstick comedy. Aligning expectations keeps everyone having fun on the same page.
It's not about playing correctly, but building rhythm, laughing at surprises, triumphs, and failures.
Exactly. Except that bad rolls, missteps, embarrassing quips knit you closer than flawless tactics. If there's quiet, fill it with honest questions, a character moment. The only unbreakable rules, mutual respect, boundless curiosity.
And quiet snacks, extra pencils. The real magic comes from everyone showing up, ready to risk looking silly, cheering loudest for the underdog.
This prompts a final thought. Some quick-fire bonus tips that really make a difference for first-timers.
Hit me.
First, introduce yourself, even virtual. Hi, I'm game. Playing character breaks ice. Then, ask about campaign tone. Sets expectations. Take notes, NPCs, places, hooks. Your future self will thank you.
Definitely.
Bring an extra pencil eraser, they vanish. Don't worry about mysterious abbreviations, just ask. AC, HP, DC. Ask.
Right. Keep a drink nearby, but not too close to dice sheets. Spills happen. Offer to help clean up, kind gesture. Before weird actions, ask DM, can I try this? They appreciate the heads up.
And again, quiet snack. Pretzels, great's good. Cheer other players' big moments builds camaraderie. Respect everyone's right to be silly or intense, all valid fun.
Absolutely. Show up on time, ready to play. Helps the DM. Be honest about nerves, ask for help. Vulnerability connects. Share dice if someone forgets, simple generosity. And always, always thank your DM.
Check for house rules before play. DMs tweak things. And practice saying yes and to story ideas. Builds collaboratively, keeps things moving.
The journey continues beyond session 1, of course. Those nerves. They transform into joy of discovery, charm of surprise. This game is built for shared invention. The DM spins a world. Your words, questions, mishaps, flesh it out, make it real.
No medals for rules mastery, first time out. No prizes for perfect roleplay, the only score that matters. Did you find moments of magic? Bursts of laughter, camaraderie amidst the glorious chaos?
That's the real win condition.
When we connect this to your continuing journey, you'll return to session 2 with curiosity, growing pride. First, mistakes become stories. Stories become glue, welcoming you back. Maybe bring a prop scarf for your wizard, hat for your bard.
Adds to the fun.
Maybe read up on your next spell. Or just show up, a little braver each time, more confident. D&D rewards those who risk, ask, leap without a script. Fun grows with every connection, every joke, every failed save ending in high fives and groans. You belong as long as you're willing to dream up the next wild idea.
This world waits for you. Bring your nerves, your laughter, your best dice, and a story only you can tell. The table, the party, the journey are ready. Your epic story is just beginning.
That's a powerful thought to leave you with. Your first D&D session is truly about embracing the experience, making connections, having fun, far more than achieving perfection.
Our insights today were inspired by the wonderful guide from LitRPG Reads, a fantastic resource for diving into these incredible worlds of story. We definitely recommend checking them out.
And a special shout out to the author, Kiera Mensah. Her lively analysis and captivating narratives really shine through in her work. Found it super helpful. And of course, a friendly mention to Paul Bello, a fine fellow indeed, as acknowledged by Kiera Mensah herself.
We'd absolutely love for you to kick back and share your own first session stories. Helpful tips for beginners, too. Drop them in the comments. What was your most memorable first fumble or triumph? We want to hear it.
Yeah, share the wisdom. Until next time.
Keep exploring, keep rolling, and keep creating those unforgettable stories around the table.